Good day, and welcome to Good Day Runway, the Great Pop Culture Debates video review of the fashions from RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under Season 1. I'm your host, Eric Resniak, and I'm joined by my co-host, he will never stay in anyone's pouch, Curtis Creekmore. Hi, Curtis, how are you doing?
Not for long, anyway. I'm doing okay. It is hot as shit, Eric. Hot.
It's not as hot as it is in Australia, though. So I think we should all be grateful for that. For us, like a balmy 78 is uncomfortable. And meanwhile, Australia's like, it's 125. Go fuck off, you cunts, which I celebrate.
Yeah.
With that said, we are going to go right into tooting, booting, shooting, pooting, and mooting the looks from episode 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. The theme this time was recycled. So they were looks that the queens had to make themselves out of op shop finds, which I guess in America that would be a thrift shop. Yeah.
Makes
Pop and
sense,
tags and all that thing. Are we still saying that? Pop and tags?
No,
I don't know.
That was 2008, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Welcome to when my relevance ended. Just kidding. I was never relevant. So we're going to get right into it. And first up to the stage, we have our returning queen. Spoilers, if you haven't watched the episode. Art Simone, eliminated in episode 2, is back. And Curtis, what did you think of her look?
She was upcycled, Eric. She was given a second chance. And I'm so happy she's back. I think she has so much more to give than every other queen that's on the stage, probably. So I'm honestly super happy that she's back. It was sus, to say the least, that she did return to the competition in this way. Like, you know how Ru always does that, like, oh, how soon can you be here on the phone? Like, we didn't get that, like, normal subverting expectations, I guess, pulling in Game of Thrones. This look is fantastic. It's very well put together. It's simple, but it's still good. I loved the, she used pool noodles to give the structure of the outfit. I loved the tower in the hair. That was brilliant. So this is a strong toot for me.
It's a toot for me. I absolutely love it from the waist up. I agree. I love that she was making that form. There's a specific term that I can't think of. It starts with a P for that shape that she's doing, but it's like a 12.
Peplum?
Nope, it's not a peplum. It's something else. But I think it's a really fun idea. I do wish there was more to the base. But that said, it's a strong look. We've seen a bunch of Marie Antoinettes on this show. It's not particularly inventive, but I think the execution is strong, and the face and the hair are definitely my favorite parts of this. You were going to say something, Curtis?
This is Marie Antoinette and the holograms. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Yeah, exactly. It almost is veering into Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which frankly I want more of from this show.
Yeah.
I need more of that type of campy Australian drag, and I feel like they're not all pushing it there. I hope this is a signal that art will. As Curtis mentioned, there's some sus stuff with her stuff. I urge you to go to greatpopculturedebate.com to the bonus section, read my blog on this episode as I lay out my conspiracy theory Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia stringboard as to why that happened and where I think this is all going. So please do check that out. We do blogs for every episode. Next up, we have Kid and Mean. What do you think, Curtis?
So I also thought this was really fun. It's a bit bulky in the boob, and you never like a bulky boob.
Speak for yourself.
Boobs are great. Bulky boobs. And it just makes her look so top heavy. But I love the wig that she made. I love the angelic headpiece or whatever you want to call that with the umbrella. That's it's very Mary Magdalene, sainthood type thing. I am astonished that she was able to create a petticoat out of something. I'm wondering if that's like insulation that she ripped up and put back together. It's good. Was it fantastic? No. Was it simple? Relatively. Was it a toot? Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to toot it too. You were saying that it makes her look heavy on the top. I love a heavy top. So to me, I think this is a really fun idea. I think it was unconventional in the usage of the balls. We've seen, again, balls done on this show in the ball bag in season 12. This is a different approach to it. Even though you could see the zip ties, I still thought it was really effective. She did a good job with her shape. I think Heat is really fun. It's a toot for me. I wish it was executed slightly more with a little bit more sophistication, but I can't knock the concept, and I think overall it's successful. Next up, we have et cetera, et cetera. Curtis.
So going into this week, I was a big fan of Etc. I thought that she was funny and interesting. I loved her Snatch character, even though the rest of the world hated it, especially Australia. So I'm sorry to all of you people who had to deal with that. This look is, it has good pieces. I love the sleeve. I agree with Rue. I really enjoyed the ballooning of it. But overall, it's a curtain that you wrapped around yourself, and it's sheer. So now you can see everything through it, including all of your like corseting and whatever panties you wore that still looked like tape. It looked like you could see all of her tuck tape. And I loved the hair. I loved the makeup. So I think it averages out to a moot.
Interesting. I loved this, and I thought the judges were crazy. I got exactly what Etc. was going for. There is a very famous turn of the 20th century graphic artist. His name begins with an M. I can't think of what it is. I want to say it's Molinaire, but that's not right. And he did this series of prints that are of like goddesses and in exactly the style that she's giving you. This was a very specific reference, and you know how Rue hates it when people don't get her like mid-19th or 20th century references. This is a even earlier reference, and she wasn't getting it. And I thought that they completely gaslighted, Etc. I understand that people are probably going to be pissed at her this episode because she was a little bit of a snotty millennial, but bottom line, I thought this was really well executed. I loved the idea. I loved the concept. I thought the judges were completely off, and this was a sandbagging. So I'm tooting it. Next up, we have Maxi Shield. What do you think, Curtis?
I loved this. I thought it was fantastic. It's such a difficult fabric to work with. It does not stretch. And stretch fabric for a big girl is your best friend. So not only does she get like a multiplier on her points for that, but it actually looks good too. I love the different directions that she went with the fabric instead of just like cutting out the top in one piece. She actually like layered it so it goes in different directions. The hair looks great. The styling is fantastic. The one thing that I do not like about it is a peep toe. I do not like a peep toe when you're wearing a stocking. So Rue, you're wrong, sorry, but the rest of it is fantastic. She made a bag. Boa has never looked better. This is a strong toot for me.
I'm going to toot it, but I'm really torn on this look. I'm going to start with what I like first. She's showing her body, and her body looks amazing. And I love a big girl that's not afraid to do that. I love the punk approach. I thought that was a very smart move on her part, because in a design challenge, if you do punk, it doesn't have to look clean. It's supposed to look distressed. Here's what I don't love so much. Using these bags is the most obvious thing to do in one of these challenges. They were ripping on other queens that we haven't gotten to yet for, well, we've seen queens do these looks before. That's literally the exact same material that we've used so many times in these challenges, most notably by Davina DeCampo in UK1. But to me, it lacks creativity to use something that is already essentially a fabric in this type of a challenge. And also, we have done Vivienne Westwood to death on this show. I mean, you want to talk about a cliched concept. It's been done. It's been fucked into the ground. I know, I've been fucked into the ground too. I'm still going to toot this, but I need Maxi to really step up. She looks good, but I still feel like she's playing it safe consistently in this season. It's bothering me. Next up, we have Karen from Finance. Curtis.
Pass.
Puff,
I'm
puff,
kidding.
pass.
No, not even. I don't pass. Fuck that. Get your own. This is one of the worst looks, I think, that we've seen come out of a recycled challenge, since we've had so many of those. It is so boring. It is so poorly constructed. It is a terrible idea altogether. She got very lucky that she didn't do this for the Snatch game, because I think she would have ended up in the bottom if she had. It's not good. I am so disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed with Karen from Finance. Like, I will pull the mom card. I had such high expectations for her going into the show, and she has fallen on her face in every single one of them so far.
She won the first challenge. She won episode 1.
And I disagreed with that. I did not think that she deserved to win the challenge. Should she have been top? Sure. High. Absolutely. 1? No, I don't think so. And then it's just been a death spiral ever since then. I thought Art should have won the first challenge. This is a poot. It is a poot with a capital P.
Yeah, pass. This is an absolute poot. This is awful. If Karen is from finance, I'm Eric from HR, and I'm putting her on official written notice.
Yeah, she's on a pip.
This is really, really bad. This is lazy. This is boring. I think, and again, I mentioned this in the blog, Karen is stuck in this trap where she's overthinking the challenges because she knows she's underperforming. And I feel like that's a one-way ticket to just absolute misery. I don't think she's having fun. And I think that at this point, the judges are signaling pretty clearly to her, this is bad. Let's just talk about the garment itself. That skirt would not even be found in a discount dress barn. That top is just tragic. A shitty, like Oriental trading party lay. The boogie board thing on the back. She put more effort into her comically large marijuana than she did anything else. It's really bad. This is like in the like bottom. This is like giving La Ria run for her money in the terrible looks from 2021. So full on poop. Good God. Next up, it's Electroshock.
I wanted to love this. I do love the silhouette. I thought she was very successful in creating the mermaid silhouette in this. I hate the top. I love it from the waist down. I think it's super interesting. Tie dresses were very late 90s, I think.
It's early 2000s. It's Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy, 2002, yes. 2003.
And they're very hard to do because you have so many different fabrics and textures and colors, and you have to make them all blend together. And this doesn't really do that, but I especially hate the top because it looks like she's wearing a seat belt made out of ties. And then she has I think they're two shirts that she ripped up. So you were talking about Maxi using something that's basically already fabric. Elektra actually used fabric. I really like Elektra. I do think this is an improvement from what she was doing. I fucking hate that hair. That is awful, terrible. And that's what Scarlett was saying when she said, I think this would have been the top, but she was just trying to dig herself out of a hole if she had different styling. The styling was that hair, terrible. I'm still gonna give this a very soft toot.
I will toot it because it's a big improvement. I actually really like the concept. I don't think I've seen a tie dress on this show before. Someone can tell me I'm crazy. I think with the top part of it, she probably ran out of time because if you watch the episode, you know, she did completely other like gonzo concept where she was shredding stuffed animals and it was like a sea of stuffing around her and she just jettisoned it. And the fact that she whipped this up and it's looked like maybe half the time that was allotted to them is actually kind of amazing. I agree that Elektra's issues come down to styling and taste, but I think this is successful overall. It's not particularly fashion forward, but at least it's playful and it says drag queen and it veers into camp for me, which is what, again, I'm looking for out of Down Under. Next up, it's Anita Wiglet.
This was so close to being good, honestly. In my opinion, like I actually didn't mind most of the different pieces of it. And yeah, it's been done before. At this point, it's fucking 1800 seasons of the show, Rue. Of course, it's been done before. Like there's going to be a little bit of,
repetition,
recycling. Can't be mad if that's what you're actually going for. Overall, she didn't put enough shape into it. It's just bleh. Like there's so much from her armpits down. There's not a lot of shape. If she had been able to cinch it in more and actually give you that hourglass curve in the gown, I would have been totally fine with this because it's a little bit apocalyptic couture, but I still thought it was better than some of the other things that walked the runway.
So it is a
toot. Fuck you. It's a soft toot. Did not think she should have gone home.
It's a toot for me too. I thought they were ridiculous. Here's the thing. Again, just like Elektra, Anita abandoned her original concept, which looked hideous, and she created this with very little time. And if the criticism was, we've seen this before, and I can't figure out exactly which outfit you're referring to, then we have a problem. Are they talking about the book ball looks in season 8? Are they talking about Vivian's film look from UK1? The fact that I'm having this discussion says to me it's not as derivative as you're saying that it is. And I think that's just something they were pushing for whatever reason. It's not terrific, but it's not bad. And I also wonder if maybe she was referencing the fires that obliterated Australia, like the year leading up to them filming this. I don't know, but I don't think it's as bad as the judges want us to think it is. I don't think she should have gone home. And I think it's fucking bullshit. So I'm giving her a 2.
Up until this point, Anita has given us far more than Karen has. So Karen is once again writing her goddamn name. It is a good name. I will give you that. But that is the only thing that she has done in this competition that I see pushing her forward.
I won't disagree with that. Next up, and finally, we have Scarlett Adams. Curtis, what do you think?
I really don't like Scarlett. I'll just say it. I don't like Scarlett as the way that she's acting. I won't say that I don't like her as a person, and I apologize, Candy Muse. I said it about you too. I don't like the way you were acting, and I don't like the way that Scarlett is acting. It's giving me like Violet vibes, and I did not care for Violet on her season either. This look, I had to try so hard to separate my feelings for the person from the outfit. And what I came down to is this is a very well put together garment. It has so many good pieces. I really enjoy the lace front on it. I love the detailing around all of the different hems with the lace. I love the gigantic picnic basket. It's a really strong look. I would have shooted this, I think, if it were 2 inches shorter. I just didn't like how long the shorts were. I don't know why. Every time I looked at it, especially in the wide, it gave me man. I kept seeing kind of like man in a jumpsuit. Maybe it's because she's worn so many jumpsuits in like the male portion of it. Yeah. It's still a really great look, and it's definitely a strong toot. I would love to see it pulled up just a little bit.
As someone who exclusively wears short shorts, I actually think that the length of this is perfect. If it was a little bit shorter, I think it would veer into cheesecake territory. And as it stands, it's very prim to me. I think this is wonderful. It's a toot. It's not a shoot, but I think it's very chic. I think actually the proportions are terrific. I love the detail on it. I think it's a fun idea. It's very well executed. Say what you will about Scarlett, but she's good at Drag Race. And I think that she, thus far, this is her second win in a row. She deserved both of those wins. There's no question in my mind. So there's a lot of ire towards Scarlett online, especially, and I suspect there will be more of it next week. But I don't think you can deny that Scarlett is performing at a very high level in this season. And for that reason, I actually am enjoying this ride. So that is it for our queens this week. Curtis, who's your top 2?
Well, since the points don't matter, right? Because who the fuck are we? I don't like Scarlett. So I gave it to Maxie.
Okay, fair. And I gave mine to Scarlett because I do think it is the best look of the week, and I think she did a really good job. With that said, I want to thank you for watching our little videos. Make sure to check out the other Drag Race fashion reviews that we do on our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you feel like it. And for more Drag Race content, make sure you check out greatpopculturedebate.com, where we do blogs for every episode. We do fan pools. In fact, this weekend, May 22, 23, is the very last weekend that you can sign up to participate in our Drag Race España fan pool. It's completely free. You just play against other people. We get points, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And also, while you're at our website, please make sure to check out the poll section. We are currently running the polls for season 4. We've already closed Best Disney Villain, but we still have Best Star Wars Character, Best Disney song, Best Disco Song, Best Pizza Topping, Best Tony-winning musical, and I'm forgetting something else. But please go and vote. Your votes actually determine which topics we talk about on the show. So have your say, make your picks. The more votes, the better. And with that being said, please check out our podcast itself. We've got 50-something episodes at this point. And
over 10,000 downloads.
Over 10,000 downloads. We did it. And we're not even a year old yet. So look at us go. But with that being said, thank you again for watching. Thank you, Curtis, for everything that you do. And we will see you next week, although not on Saturday. We will be a little bit late because both of us have things going on. So with that,
we have lives.
We have lives. We will Sheila later.